Hi, welcome to Illinois and Garden Zone 5. So glad you're joining me today on this lovely April morning. So we are going thrifting today. We're going to a lot of thrift stores. We're also going to the garden center to look at all their new garden decor they got in for this season. And then we'll come back and I'll show you everything that I purchased, how I'm going to style it up, how I'm going to use it. Then we have a garden DIY that we're going to work on. And I need your input, so I'm hoping that you have lots of creative ideas. So let's get going today.
Our first stop's going to be the Restore Habitat for Humanity. I'm looking for some wicker furniture for the garden house, but I like to come here every few weeks and just check in and see what they have in stock because their stock is constantly changing. This little table would make an adorable plant stand, is what I'm thinking. Very nice, very vintage. Then I headed over to the garden area. They did have one wicker chair, but not the style I was looking for. And then I checked out their planters and their different decor. They had a few things for the garden section. I'm hoping they're going to be getting some more in shortly. So as I was leaving, I did spot these garden chairs. Next, let's head for Goodwill. Now, at Goodwill, I came across this resin statuary type decor for the garden. It was all one piece, but I thought that was kind of unique for out in the garden. And then right behind it, do you see that cream colored planter? It looked like stone and it was faux stone, but I was thinking a great big green branch would look pretty in that. Then I headed over to Easter stuff looking for more spring type decor. Came across these cute rabbits and thought, man, could we do a DIY on those rabbits? We'll think about that. And then these littler rabbits had some candles in them. I wasn't, but I thought you could actually take the candle out and put a little plant in them too. They're kind of cute. And then I headed over to florals looking. I always look at florals to see if there's anything that I want to use uh, for repurpose, reuse containers or the flowers. Here was some pretty cream colored roses. Now on to the next stop. This is a cute little thrift shop that had their garden decor out, but as I was talking to the volunteer, she said that they had a lot more out, but they were going to be getting more stuff out in another month or so. So I will be stopping back to see if they add more garden decor in. But there was a lot to choose from. And then I do like to look at their garden books and home books to see if there's any coffee table books I want to add to my collection. Always picking those up thrifting. Next, we went to Stuff, the resale consignment shop. They had a nice wicker settee and a lot of wrought iron type plant stands. These can be spray painted any color to match your garden decor. I spotted these from across the room, and boy, did I book over to check those out. I thought they were real terracotta from across the room, but once I got up close to them, they were plastic. So I passed on those. And so then I just took a look at all the stuff there in the garden section and then headed over to their year round floral aisle. So I always like to look at their vases and their planters, their faux flowers, just to see if there's anything I need. They did have a nice green plant that could be repurposed for indoors or outdoors. And then this reminded me of that picture that I bought a few weeks ago that I used for flowers. And then this cute little decor item, this little greenhouse, that would be adorable out in the garden. You could put a real plant in that, put a gorgeous annual. And then I seen these little milk bottles, and I'm thinking garden flowers. Put that out on a table in your garden, put individual zinnias in it, cosmos, that would look adorable. And then as I'm looking through all of their decor there, I'm like, what could we repurpose? And came across this ironstone pitcher. I love ironstone pitchers for flowers and a cake stand. I like putting faux flowers in cake stands. Now, this would make a gorgeous base for a potting bench. You could repaint it and it would look beautiful in a garden. And then this on a garden wall, like think on your fence, spray paint that a different color and put some little gardeny stuff on it. And look at this. This would be adorable in a garden shed, a bird fountain lamp. And then this gorgeous little blue vase. It kind of looks like it may have lily of the valley on the outside of it. So putting some greenery in that, or even some lily of the valley this spring would be pretty. I do like these canisters for the garden. You could put those on your potting bench or in your garden shed, put tools in them or fertilizer type stuff. And then they had a little gold table there that would make a cute little stand out in the garden. Nice tea cart to repurpose. You could repurpose that out in the garden. Or even something like this buffet, painting it and turning that into a potting bench. That would be nice too. Next, we went to the American Cancer Society Discovery Shop, and they had this cute little statue for the garden. And they do get a lot of unique things in. I saw this blue and white picture that would be gorgeous with some garden flowers or greenery in it. And they had a whole selection of antique, vintage type tablecloths that would be nice repurposed on a little garden table. You never know what you're going to find, so I stop in periodically here. They do get furniture occasionally, and I thought this would be nice repurposed out in a garden house to put like store your vases and your different garden stuff on. It was quite heavy though. So now we're heading to Wallace's, and then after Wallace's, we're going to go to another Goodwill. But this is a garden center, and it's their open house this weekend. And I just wanted to see all of their stuff. So they have not only an outdoor garden area, they have all kinds of gorgeous statuary and garden decor, garden furniture, house plants. Now, I did stop and look at their super petunias, and this is new for 2025. This is the new blue tiara super petunia. So if you're looking for the new one, there it is.
We are back now. We went to several different thrift stores. We also went to Wallace's to the garden center. They were having their spring open house, so I wanted to show you not only their garden decor, but also what their indoor greenhouse was looking like with all their new baby annuals that are growing and all their house plants. So what did I find? Well, at the estate sale, and I don't do estate sales hardly ever, and yard sales I don't do. I can't even tell you the last time I went to a yard sale. It just doesn't work with my work schedule. But I did go online and I did see an estate sale, and they were advertising a bunch of garden items. Nothing that I said I had to have, but I wanted to go check it out. So at the end of the day, Friday after work, I stopped over, talked to the lady that was working the estate sale. She said all the garden stuff sold early in the morning, which I assume it would. So if you have the ability to yard sale or estate sale, if you have the time, you're going to find a lot of good deals that way usually. And I found a pretty bust. I really like this. It is highly breakable. I don't know if I'm going to use it inside, if I'm going to use it in the garden or out here in the garden house. I also picked up this frame. I thought it was really pretty. I have a frame like this, a vintage frame. And then the third thing I found at the estate sale was this cute little wire basket that has the removable liner. I'm just going to use this in the house to put stuff in. I just thought it'd be really handy. Now, at Wallace's, when I went to Wallace's, I bought more tulips. I showed you these tulips a couple weeks ago. We did a DIY, and I went back because they were having them on sale with the open house and got more of them. They are so realistic looking. Let me show you. Look at those. Aren't those beautiful? Just totally look real. And I can use these inside. I can use them out here, and then I can store them away and pull them out next year, and I've got beautiful blooms again. Okay, I found this great big huge planter that's made out of twigs. It has cute little wrought iron legs, and to me it is screaming, put a fern in me. I think it'd look really cute this summer with a fern in it or another type of house plant, but being this dark twig, I think it also would look really nice with some double white impatiens in it, some white supertunias. Anything white is gonna just make this brown even pop more. So I think either one of them would be gorgeous. So can't wait to plant that up this summer. Now this does not have a liner in it, so I will probably put some landscape fabric is what I like to do, or I'll buy a container and plant up something and put the container down inside of it. Then I found a few things at Goodwill. I found this vintage vase, and I've not seen one before that has these cutouts in it. These work really well though, I think, for this garden, for this summer in the garden, to put flowers in, and then they kind of will fill in on these little gaps. I tried it with the tulips. Now keep in mind these tulips, I would need to trim them down, but just to give you an idea. So if you had some fresh flowers and you worked that around and then filled in, I think it'll be really pretty. So we're gonna do an experiment this summer in the garden and we'll use this base. Now, if you didn't want to use it for flowers, I also thought it would be cute on a desk to hold your pens and pencils. It would be cute on a makeup table to put makeup brushes in or makeup into. You could find all different kinds of uses for it because it's just a really nice shape. So I like that. I also found a candle, brand new, a Yankee Candle, evergreen mist. I like the smell of it. And I smell a lot of candles thrifting. And a lot of times I don't care for the smell, but this one I did like, and we can use this next winter time is when I think of evergreen. Or I could gift this and give it as a Christmas gift, teacher gift type thing. Book club, you know, wherever you're giving a little gift where you want to thank somebody, this would make a nice gift. So be on the lookout for those when you're thrifting. And then I found this pretty clock that I thought would look really nice in our bedroom. I did the makeover this last fall that I showed you and did a lot of the French blue. Well, this has that blue and the pink and the green with the gold face. It'll look nice on my little French table next to the bed, and the clock face comes out and it's battery operated. So I'm hoping that once I put a new battery in it, it still works. But I thought that was really pretty. And then I found these birds. These birds, there was a set of 3 of them. Originally when I got them, I thought I would put them out in the cut flower garden on that shelf that I DIY'd last year that's hanging on the fence, just to set in for decor. They'd also look cute on a bookcase, on your fireplace mantle, but you could gift them too. So when you're looking to give like a plant or a fresh flower arrangement, look for little types of figurines like this that have holes in the bottom, and then you take a wood skewer and you can Gorilla Glue, hot glue it up inside of the little figurine, and then cut the skewer off to whatever length you need for your arrangement. If it's a plant, maybe you want it down lower. If it's fresh flowers, maybe up higher. And it would just be a cute little added bonus for whoever you're gifting it to. So there's an idea for you when you're out thrifting to find those cute little figurines that you can add in just to give it that little touch of garden whimsy. So that's what I found this week. We are heading outside to show you the 2 other things that we are going to DIY. Now the thing is, I do not know if this is going to work. I bought the spray paint. We're going to try spray painting these. When I looked at them, they need some help. But we are going to test this together. And if you're enjoying this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. And I post throughout the week on our community post. So I give you lots of tips and things going on, show you the latest that's happening in the garden. And I don't want you to miss that. So join our family here in our community, and let's head outside. So Devin stopped by and she's helping me. So see my cute little rabbits that I picked up, but I don't like the twigs on them or the ivy. So we're cutting all of that off, and then we're going to spray paint them and see how they turn out. So we're going to try two different colors. I have hunter green in satin, and then I have seaweed in satin. So I thought these two looked the closest when I was at the store. So I think we're going to start with this on and then do this, maybe spritz a little bit on. We'll just see. I might not need it. Okay, it's looking good, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but it's darkening it up. So we're going to try that first. I'm going to get closer so I can show you this. See how when I found him, he's all black on his face and his ears, and then he's got some white on him. He looks pretty rough. So that's why I thought we'd try spray painting them.
And I should have introduced Devin. Devin is our daughter. And her and I last summer did a road trip together, and we did a video at the Very Vintage Market. And it was an outdoor market day trip to Burlington, Iowa. We also went to an antique store when we were there and went to a brand new bakery that had just opened by twin sisters. So it was a great day. So if you haven't seen that video, check that out at the end.
So what do you think? I think they turned out really cute. I was not sure how they would do with spray paint because they are moss covered. And so I just spray painted over the moss, but I think it gave them a new life. They look totally refreshed. Now I need your creative ideas. How would you style these up in the garden? Leave me a comment and let me know. As soon as it gets a little bit warmer, I'm hoping maybe by next week or even the week after, I can get these styled up in the garden. So that gives me time to see all your creative, great ideas on how to use these cute little rabbits out in the garden, my thrifted rabbits. Well, in the meantime, if you need more inspiration, check out this video next and have a great week.